Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Jay. I got my TRX4M Defender here and some slight upgrades on it. I got some bigger tires I stole from a high trail when my dad upgraded to his, different tires and beadlocks. Got metal drive shafts. I have the stainless steel injora crawler gears and the Traxxas metal differential gears. It's been working solid. Oh, on top of that, I also have the, set you guys down real quick. I do have the injora 11 kilogram, I do believe it's kilogram, servo. Nice little aluminum case, stamped injora there on the top. This is a really nice servo. I do like it quite a bit. It's super snappy. Issues I have on it today that I'm going to be trying to fix is the crawler gears are incredibly loud. I've read reviews about them being a bit louder than stock, but they're little, it seems like they've actually broken in a little bit since I installed them last night. But I'm still not super happy with the noise. It kind of reminds me of tinnitus. I'm sure if any of you guys have tinnitus, that is familiar to you, that just eerie, pitchy kind of sound. And this, especially in the high gear, like when you're full throttle on it, yes, this is full throttle with the crawl gears. It's just a little pitchy. So what I used in it last night is I put some of this black lithium grease in it. It's what I originally used in the differential gears, but it's just a little noisier than I would like in the transmission. So I think I'm going to tear this apart, and I've read a lot of good reviews about Lucas Red and Tacky grease. I've never even used, I work on cars a lot as well on the my side purposes and side hobbies. I got a couple little projects, so I work on cars a lot, and I've always heard about the stuff, but I've never used it personally. So a little funny that I'm throwing it like a little dinky RC car, but I've read good reviews about it. I've read that it silences out those transmission gears a little bit. I did fight putting those drive shafts on a little bit last night, so I'm not super excited that I'm taking it all apart, putting it back together again literally the next day before I've used it. But those transmission gears are loud, and I want to see if I can silence them up a little bit. So let's start tearing it apart. Alright, just a couple moments later, and I got the battery tray off and the transmission mount bolts out, which also holds the engine in. I'm sure you guys know this if you've ever torn this thing apart. I just wanted to pop out real quick. One thing, so I got these Muse drive shafts, these Muse turtle drive shafts. I love the way they look. I love that they have the brass endpoints there, or connection point, whatever, pivot point, whatever you would call that. I love that they have that, and it even comes with, I gotta pull it out of the bag here real quick, with this tiny, let me separate it real quick. This tiny little Allen key. So like there's two black ones are the Traxxas ones that you get with the RC car, with the TRX4M. Same with the little socket tool there. But this little silver one came with these drive shafts because the head is actually smaller than the stock Traxxas drive shaft hardware. And even in my Traxxas hardware kit, the smallest one that goes down is the, what size is it? Whatever that says. Not sure. But really, what the standard hardware, like whatever size it is for your, like your struts and your differentials and transmission, like basically all that stuff. It is slightly smaller than that, and they strip out incredibly easily. Probably not gonna get a picture on that, but the tool they come with just kind of fits in just enough to kind of get your head in, torque it down a little bit and everything. But let me pull this guy out for you. Yes, this little guy here, this tiny little guy, and tiny little hardware, it fits in there, but it still has like a little bit of play. So when you tighten it down, you get it to right when you're about to torque it, and you hit it, and it just kind of hits the bolt. So I already know I'm gonna fight removing these just a little bit here. Pardon the mess behind me. I'm in my kitchen right now, and it's Friday. I always clean up a little bit on like Saturday and Sundays, but Fridays I try to enjoy my days off. Yeah, see right here, just trying to spin it, won't catch. I gotta try to get a good angle, and there we go. Yep. It's a little unfortunate that the hardware strips out like that. They do give you extra bolts. I don't know if I lost one or anything, but I do have 3 sitting here that I have not touched yet. So I'll make sure to use those guys. I am. It's probably not going to work the way I want it to. But these drive shafts were a pain in the ass to line up, putting down the motor in with them connected. So I'm going to try just keep them kind of together, and I'm going to put the hardware in later. So I'm going to need both hands here for a quick minute. So I'll come back to you guys here in a quick minute when I got this all torn apart and ready to start greasing. Alright guys, I got the stainless steel transmission gears pulled out, cleaned up as much of the grease as off them as I could. If I really wanted to take the extra step, since these are stainless steel, I could go out into my shop and hit it with brake clean and really get that stuff off, but I don't really care to go that extra mile. I got this red and, like I said, the red and tacky Lucas product grease. Should I get this guy open? I got some of that black lithium on my fingers, so I might need a razor blade or something, but I got a screwdriver here. But yeah, when I definitely pulled this transmission apart, all that grease was flinging off, wasn't really sticking to the teeth of the gears, which is a shame because I don't know if I just caked up the differentials quite a bit. Like I did put a pretty solid amount, but they're just like, doesn't matter if it flings off, just kind of sits there and stays caked in it. But this stuff, oh yeah, smells like grease, boys. This stuff definitely seems to be a little bit thicker. Doesn't seem to be as watery as the black lithium. So you know how it is when you work with grease, you get it literally fucking everywhere. I'm trying not to make a mess right now, but you can't open a container of this without getting it everywhere. I had latex gloves on while the camera was off and was using paper towels, and my fingers are still really greasy. So it's gonna be fun putting this thing back together. Also, when it comes to like the transmission, I swear I can never remember the order of which it goes in. All right. This guy first. We got the 40.3/1 into the pinion gear. Let me get a clean Q-tip. Dab up some of this grease. Oh yeah, this stuff feels thinner almost, but it feels a little grabbier than the black lithium that I was using. Part of the reason I wanted to make this video is because I feel like there wasn't really a whole lot of, hold up, I got a little lithium there. Wasn't a whole lot of information on grease. I mean, I've definitely read some reviews on forums and shit, but when it came to YouTube videos, I wasn't really finding what I wanted to when it came to comparisons on grease. Everybody just kind of says like, oh, use whatever, it's all the same. But when I greased the plastic Traxxas gears, oh, hi kitty, got a little helper trying to pop in here. This girl's name is Freya. What's going on? How you doing today? She looks cute. She's not the friendliest cat ever. She doesn't love attention. She'll come up and say what's up every once in a while, but she likes to shadow box you. You know, you come up to her and you can say, "Bo, bo, bo, bo." She'll sit there and kind of like swing back at you. Yeah, she'll fuck you up if you let her. But all right, let's get these gears back in here. So then, with they're all stamped the same number, so I guess I won't read those out to you. But I'm pretty sure this guy goes in here. That seems to fit all right. Real quick, I'm going to check my bearings, because that was one thing I was thinking was maybe not pressed in all the way and possibly causing some bindage, also adding to that noise. So I'm just going to take my little tool here. I'm just going to kind of press on the bearings a little bit. Not on the rubber casing, the little lip there that actually seals them, just on the outside metal lip. And those all seem pretty solid, so I'm gonna go ahead and slap that gear back in there. So I'll try to get a little closer to the camera for you guys. So pinion gear, this guy made it there, and this guy goes in there in the top left corner. I'm gonna get a little bit more grease on this guy. Really, since I wasn't happy with the noise, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of cake this. Is it grease or is it cake? They won't know. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and smear a bunch of this in here because I like grease. I like smoothness. And the noise that you guys heard in the beginning of the video was really frustrating me. We have a whole little, not a whole course, but we have a little plywood mount set up outside in our shop. And I didn't even go play on it yet since this noise really frustrated me. Yeah, that's not right. That can't be right. Nope, I had that gear backwards. That makes sense. So, yep, so yeah, I had that gear backwards. I don't know if you guys saw that, but It's supposed to have this outer pinion gear sitting there. So when you put this guy into it, it actually lines up properly. All right, get some more grease up in here. Like I said, I'm really just kind of caking this because even if this is good grease, I'm gonna use a little bit of extra of it because I don't want any noise coming from my transmission. Even if it's just a little whine, I'm okay with that, but the fact that I couldn't even hear the whine of the stock ESC, which is a pretty loud mechanism, wasn't super happy. So I got it all greased up and everything. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna gently put the case back on. I'm not gonna put any bolts in or anything. I'm not gonna tighten it up. Now I'm gonna grab, where did I put that, Johnson? I got my battery here. I'm gonna plug that in, turn my controller on, and just kind of pressing the case together so the gears don't slip. I'm gonna spin some of that grease around, and you know, it's louder. And it's not louder. It's still loud, but it's not quite as loud. And look at that. The grease is actually sticking a little bit to the gears better. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and I'm going to come back to you guys when I have this assembled back together a little bit more. We're going to do a little sound comparison. Let's do it all back together. So I'll see you guys here in just a little bit. Alright, we got the TRX4M back all together right now. Drive shafts are in phase. I got that Lucas red and tacky grease up in the transmission. And I already just tested a little bit before the camera, but check this out, guys. It is way quieter. You can definitely still hear the transmission gears. They're definitely louder than the stock Traxxas plastic ones, but I am much happier with the volume of it. Still has a little bit of that high pitch whine, but since I'm new to RC, I'm just gonna assume that's the noise of metal transmission gears or differential gears and that sort of stuff. But I'm happy to know that red and tacky grease will quiet it up a little bit more for you than this guy here that I was using, black lithium. So I think off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and open up my differentials and throw some red and tacky in there and kind of experiment with that as well. But yeah, there's a little comparison video for you guys. I hope that gave you a little information on what grease to use next time you guys open your TRX4M or really any RC open, because like I said, I'm new to this. This is my first RC car, first one I've ever really modified or anything. And yeah, when I threw those aluminum gears in, or transmission gears in last night, I was not happy with how loud they were. So I'm happy I was able to figure that out, and hopefully you guys are able to get some good projects going and keep them quiet, because that whine can be annoying. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you are able to leave a like and subscribe, check out some more content. Hoping to post some more RC stuff for you, but you know, typical common Euro trash shit. We're gonna be posting BMWs, Audis, fast Celicas, really, you know, just anything we can get down. Go-karts, mini bikes. You know, the channel's still new, so really let me know what you guys would like to see, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Take care.